Hi students, how have you been? Hope you all are good and healthy at home. Welcome you all to the session. Today we will discuss Chapter 6 List Manipulation. What is a list? We already learned list. Now we will discuss the list manipulation in detail. Let's start today's class. List. Lists are containers that are used to store a list of values of any type. Different types of values we can store in a list. List is a mutable type, that is, we can change the value in place without creating a fresh list. List is mutable. Mutable means we can change the value. Okay. List is a type of sequence like tuple and string, but it differs from them in the way that lists are mutable, but string and tuples are immutable. Immutable means we can't change the value, but in this list we can change the value. We already learned about this one. Okay. Then, how to create and access a list? A list is a standard data type of Python that can store a sequence of values belonging to any type. Different types of data we can store in this list. Lists are created using square bracket. How can we identify a list? With this square bracket, we can identify that is a list. Some of the examples of lists are, first one, simply opening and closing square bracket. That is an empty list. Then inside the square bracket, we can specify the values. Here is specified 1, 2, 3. That is list of integers. Then next one, 10, 20, 13.75, 100.5, 90. Closing square bracket. That is list of integers and float. Then list of string. Only string values we specified in this list. List of mixed values. In this we can see the float type values, integer type values, string values, etc. Then list of characters. Only characters we can see. These all are examples of lists. Okay. Clear? Then to create a list, the following syntax we need to follow. First one, list name is equal to opening and closing square bracket. This is the syntax for creating a list. Or list name is equal to, within the square bracket, we can specify the values. That is value 1, value 2, etc., n. For example, family is equal to, within the square bracket, I specified father, mother, bro, sis. Then closing square bracket. Student is equal to 1, Aman, plus 1, 3150. Okay, here the list name is student. Then the values are 1, Aman, plus 1, then 3150. Integers and strings. The above construct is also known as list display construct. Okay. Then we can check another examples, more examples. Empty list. L is equal to, simply we can specify this opening and closing square bracket. Or L is equal to list function. List function. Opening and closing parenthesis. List function. Okay. Then long list. Long list. If a list contains many elements, then to enter such long list, we can split it across several lines like this. Here many elements are there. So we can split it across the several lines. First line, then second line. Automatically the long list will identify by the interpreter of this Python programming language. Okay? Clear? The next one, nested list. Nested list means inside one list we are using another list. Check this one. L is equal to, we used here this opening square bracket 1, 2, 4, again we started another square bracket. In that we specified 100, 200, 300, then closed square bracket. That means inside one list we used another list. Then comma 20, closing square bracket. This closing for the first one. This one. Okay. The above code will create a list L with 5 elements. 5 elements means 1, 2, 4. Then these 3 elements together it will take. Then 20. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 elements. Because it will count 100, 200, 300 as one element. Okay. Now L of 3. L of 3 means 0, 1, 2, 3 is a list of 3 elements 100, 200, 300. Okay. To print the values we can use L of 1. Which value we will get? 0, 1. 2 is the value. It will display 2, and to print 200 we need only this 200. How can we use this one? 0, 1, 2, 3. L of 3, then 0, 1. L of 3, 1. L, first one, 3. Then second one, 1. Like this syntax we can use for accessing the list elements from a nested list. Okay. Third index, print second value. Third index this one. Then from that we need second one, 0, 1. L, 3, 1. Like a matrix format. Okay. Clear this one? Then we can use the following syntax also. List name is equal to list function. Creating list from existing sequence. List name is equal to list. Then we can specify the sequence. For example, with a string, L1 is equal to list welcome. Then we use this welcome string as a list by using this list function. Then we stored that list were in this L1 variable, L1 list name. When we are outputting this L1, we can see the values are like this because L1 is a list. Okay, clear? Then with the tuple, T is equal to, how can we identify a tuple? By using this parenthesis, A, B, C, D. L1 is equal to list of T. List of T. List is a function. Inside this function we pass this tuple sequence T. Print L1. Then we can see A, B, C, D as a list. Okay, clear? We can also create lists from single characters or single digits through keyboard input. Single characters or single digits through keyboard input. Example, list 1 is equal to list input, enter list elements. We can specify the list elements. Then we can use this list 1 for printing the values from this list 1 variable. From the above code, whatever values we will enter will be of string type. All the values it will treat as a string type. To store list of integers through input in Python, we can use eval function. Identify this function, eval function. What is its purpose? to store of integers through input in Python, we can use eval function to convert the list items to integers. To convert the list items to integers. Directly, we will get the values through keyboard as string type. Okay. From the above code, whatever values we will enter will be of string type. Then we need integer values. We have to store the integer values to this list. For that, we can use eval function. Okay. List 1 is equal to eval input enter list to be entered. Print list is L1. Check this one. Eval function, eval, within this single quote, I specified 5 plus 10. Here 5 and 10 are integer values. So this eval function convert the string to its integer. That time we will get the answer as 15. Eval function converts the string type values to integers. If we are entering a float type value, it will convert it to the float itself. In this eval function, we are using this float type values inside the single quote. That time, this eval function convert to its float type itself. Okay, y is equal to eval 2 star 5. That is 10. Print y. Num is equal to eval input enter any value. Print num comma type of num. Output will be 20 if input is 20 and class int. If you are giving the input as 20.5, then the output will be 20.5, then class float. Eval will not only convert the values to int type, but also interpret the value as intended type. That is, if you enter float value, it will convert it to float, or if it is a list or tuple, it will convert it. Okay, clear? Eval function list 1 is equal to eval input enter values. Enter values 10, 20, 30. This one is a list. List 1 is equal to 10, 20, 30. At the time of printing this list 1, we can see the values like this. Okay, clear? Okay children, I hope it's clear to you. These all are very easy topics. So study these all topics in a systematic way. The notes of the topic is attached. Take down the notes and learn it. A test paper is also included. Submit your answers as soon as possible. That's all for today. We will meet in the next class. Till then, take care. Thank you.